Queens, welcome back to Sheena'S kitchen. So today we're going to be making a really popular dish here in Kenya, which is chicken wet fry. Chicken wet fry is just basically a dish that comprises of chicken and then it's coated in a tomato sauce. So it's not really a stew, and the sauce basically just helps to coat the chicken so it's nice and luscious and tasty. And so to make the sauce, usually you use some tomatoes, some onions, some dhania, some capsicums, some chilies, which are optional because I love chili, as well as some curry powder. Again, that's a bit optional, and some tomato paste, some ginger garlic paste, and then I like to add something extra, which is oyster sauce. That's just my own touch of it, but you don't have to use it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I make a lot of delicious recipes which are not only Kenyan but from around the world. But anyway, to get started with our chicken recipe for today, we're going to get our chicken, and my chicken here it's already dry, but just to make sure, you can dab it with a kitchen paper towel, and that just makes sure that your chicken is going to be nice and crisp when you fry it. And then you're just going to go ahead and season your chicken with some black pepper and some salt. You know I can't live without my black pepper. I seem to love my black pepper all the time. So season with some salt and then some black pepper. And then you want to make sure that your chicken is well seasoned on both sides. So go ahead and turn your chicken. And then just wipe your hands, then get some more salt. So ensure your chicken is well mixed on both sides. So just make sure you rub in the salt and the black pepper all through the chicken so that it's really well coated. And then place it aside and go ahead and start heating some oil in a pan. Go ahead and slice your capsicum. And I like to go around so as to avoid the seeds in the center. And then just slice them. So I love my food with a bit of a kick to it, so I love adding some chilies, but they're entirely optional, and I'm using fresh green chilies. So just go ahead and chop your chilies. So once the oil is hot in the pan, go ahead and add your chicken, and always start with the skin side down so that way it can crisp up nicely. And always place the chicken away from you so that the oil does not splatter, so away from you. And make sure you don't overcrowd the pan, so make sure that the chicken is well spaced out so that it can brown evenly. So go ahead and turn your chicken. Once you see that the sides have started to whiten, you notice the chicken starts to get white on the side. So turn your chicken. And you will see the skin has turned nice and golden brown. So have a look at your chicken. Once it's golden brown on both sides, take it out of the pan. And you'll notice the chicken is not all the way cooked. As you can see, there's still some red inside. So it's just halfway cooked. So once your chicken is nice and golden brown, set it aside. Now personally, I like to pan fry my chicken with salt and pepper so that it can get extra seasoning onto it, and it will also help retain the texture. And I'm using broiler chicken here and not Kenyan. So in Kenya, a lot of guys, when you make your chicken, they like to boil it when they're using broiler chicken, which I feel like it loses the flavor. So personally, this is just my own take on it, where you pan fry the chicken so you can get like extra seasoning and extra oomph into it before you add it down into your sauce. So in the same pan, I'm going to go ahead and add my onions. And I don't usually add any extra oil because like you've seen, there's already enough oil from previously from the chicken. And we're just going to fry the onions until they're soft. So once your onions have softened and they've started to slightly brown, go ahead and add your ginger and garlic paste. This is just finely chopped ginger and garlic, as well as your fresh chilies. And then mix everything together. So you want to fry this until it's fragrant until the ginger and garlic are fragrant and the chili is not killing you. So once your ginger and garlic is fragrant, add some curry powder, mix that in, and then go ahead and add your fresh chopped tomatoes. And mix everything in nicely. Cover your tomatoes with a lid so they can soften. And since we are at home, we don't always have the perfect lids, so just use whatever works. Go ahead and stir your tomatoes now once they've had a few minutes to soften. And then add your tomato paste as well as your oyster sauce, which I said is optional, but I just like the taste that it gives. And if you're going to add oyster sauce, make sure to use the salt sparingly, because oyster sauce does have salt in it. So personally, I like to add very little sauce because I'm using the oyster sauce. Then I'm going to mix everything up and taste it. So once you've mixed everything together, go ahead and taste your sauce. And it's hot, so make sure you blow the spoon. Mmm! Yum! Yes, this tastes good already. So if you needed to add like anything like salt or black pepper or something, this will be the time to add it before you add your chicken, so that way everything can cook in together. Mmm! The oyster sauce honestly really brings the sauce through. You guys should definitely try using oyster sauce in some of your sauces if you haven't. So once your sauce is to this consistency, where the tomatoes are soft and there's enough sauce in the pan, and you've checked the seasoning, go ahead and add your chicken and mix everything in gently. Remember, our chicken is just halfway cooked at this stage. So I'm just mixing everything in gently to coat our chicken with our tomato sauce. So once your chicken is well mixed, go ahead and cover it with a lid. And you're going to cook the chicken in the tomato mixture for about 10 minutes until the chicken is all the way cooked. So around the halfway mark, go ahead and lift your lid and add your capsicums. I like adding my capsicums towards the end because I like them to be crunchy. But if you like your capsicums soft, then add them as you're adding the chicken. And then go ahead and mix everything together. If you have a look, you'll notice that my sauce is very nice and saucy at this stage, and it's really coating the chicken well. It's not runny. And also, I did not add any water. I did not add any water into my sauce because my tomatoes were ripe enough and they produced enough moisture. But in case you find your sauce to be a bit dry, then you can add some water, but very little water. Because remember, you want your chicken to be coated in the mixture and not to be runny. You're not making a stew. So after about 15 minutes, go ahead and take off the lid from your pan. And you'll notice my capsicums have now mixed in together with my chicken. And mix everything in together. And in case you're wondering whether the chicken will be fully cooked in 15 minutes, yes, it will be. Because for starters, my chicken is cut up into small pieces. And secondly, I pre-cooked the chicken in the beginning, as you remember. But to be sure your chicken is fully cooked all the way through, always take one of the juiciest parts of the chicken, or the largest parts, and then just poke through with a knife or a toothpick, and there should be no blood running out. It should be clear. So once you confirm that your chicken is fully cooked, go ahead and add your dhania. Sprinkle some dhania to finish with, and mix everything in together. So your chicken red fry should be nice and saucy, and the chicken pieces should be well coated with the sauce, as you can see. Just a whole lot of deliciousness going on in this pan. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yummy. So once your chicken is ready, go ahead and serve it. And ooh, It looks so yummy. Look at the colors, just look so vibrant. I cannot wait to dig in. So our chicken red fry is ready, and there's no better way to serve this than with chapati. Our Kenyan chapatis. I actually have a recipe for this. This is my carrot and cinnamon chapati, so check the link down below for it. So my chicken, when you're eating chicken red fry, like when you go to the bandas or like a classy restaurant, wherever you're eating it, I like to eat mine with my hands, so there's no classy way to go about it. Just dig in with your hands and just take a huge bite. The chili in this, oh my god. And the oyster sauce, like I said, is my secret ingredient. Of course, it's not so secret anymore. It really comes through. Don't mind me, I just want to get some more chapati in there. It's so tasty. Oh my god, you guys, this chicken tastes amazing. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. So make sure you check down the box below, the description box, for the full entire recipe, and of course for my cinnamon and chapati recipe as well. And if you guys enjoyed this recipe, let me know down below what you'll have with chicken. Could you have it with chapati like me, with ugali, with rice? Let me know, comment down below, and share the recipe if you enjoyed it with your friends. Don't be selfish, go share. I want you to share. Spread the love. Okay, so until next time, subscribe to the channel, it's free, and click the notification button so that you can get notifications every time I post. So until next time, bye.